Hi, this is James. This video is for my assignment for my history class at Liberty University. I have a normal channel on YouTube, so if you're normally used to watching that material, please bear with me. Um, this video is sponsored by Bucked Up. Bucked Up, what you drink when you're massively behind on your homework. I'm kidding. Anyway, you have to have a good sense of humor. Today I want to talk about the impact of John Wesley, and I did a little bit of research on JSTOR, and I was surprised in a good way. Found a couple of different articles on Wesley. It was one written by Thomas McCall. It was a chapter of his book called The Christian Theologies of Salvation. In this video, by the way, we're going to cover 4 areas of each of the sources, or each of the articles. The sources, the methodology, the content, and the conclusions. So with Thomas McCall's book, the sources were mainly stuff that Wesley wrote. If you go at the very end and look at his the footnotes at the end of the chapter, is mainly things that he wrote on. His methodology was to focus on theological concepts, soteriology, which is the study of salvation, predestination, election, justification, regeneration, and sanctification, which was huge in Wesley's theology. Wesley believed in the idea of Christian perfection, that you can't grow to the point where you sin is rarely happens, if ever. I don't think Wesley thought that you could be completely sinless, but I definitely believe that Wesley thought that as you grow in Christ, that you will sin less. So, and the like I said, the content was mainly writings from Wesley. McCall did a fantastic job. I downloaded the PDF. I'm gonna put the PDFs on my Remarkable and read them more in depth later. It was just a great article. I'm a theological nerd. I love reading about Wesley. He's my favorite theologian, and in just a matter of I don't even think it was that section was more than 10 pages. He pretty much nails everything about John Wesley. In fact, hold on. Normally I wouldn't do something like this and walk away from the screen, but I've got books like this, where Responsible Grace, which is John Wesley's theology, and this is a book on just volume 2 on Wesley's teachings, and McCall was able to very concisely talk about Wesley's teachings in a matter of just a few pages compared to books like this, which I thought was really, really good. The second one, James Childs, Christian Social Teachings. When I talk about sources, when I say he used experts, I mean he was quoting from John Locke. Whether you agree or disagree with Locke's conclusions or his or how he thought, John Locke was one of the most brilliant minds of the 18th century. Very intelligent man. His methodology was to talk about various areas of Wesley's practical theology, the use of money, his thoughts on slavery, thoughts on what he called the present scarcity of provisions. And Childs quoted Wesley's on slavery, and this is one of the reasons that Wesley's one of my heroes. I mean, Wesley said this before the American Revolution took place. He said on page 188, "I absolutely deny all slaveholding to be consistent with any degree of natural justice." So Wesley was spot on when it came to his dislike of slavery. Of course, he worked hand in hand with George Whitefield, who was a Calvinist, and Whitefield was also an abolitionist. John Wesley, the last source I have here is from an article by C.C. McCabe. It was called The American Advocate for Peace and Arbitration. It was basically a newspaper article. There was no listed sources. It only looked like there was one source for the article. The interesting thing is, I'm a John Wesley fan. I'm a huge John Wesley fan. I love his theology. I love the way he did things. I love the fact that he worked with his brother to really, of course, Charles wrote most of the hymns. John was the mainly the preacher, but they worked hand in hand to really change England in a great way. But the content basically is that John Wesley is great, and the conclusion is John Wesley is great. And I almost thought the newspaper article was almost too biased. I love John Wesley, and I thought this article was too biased. So, it is what it is. I mean, I was drawn to it. I was naturally drawn to it just because it looked like something that I would write. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel, highly encourage you to check out some of my other videos, some of my normal content. I've been dealing with a gentleman who put up some billboards recently advocating for universalism. So I've been trying to deal with that. I just posted a video like 20 minutes ago, so please go check it out. If you are new, please hit like and subscribe. I just figured out how to block off part of the screen and put words there. So it's a work in progress. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. To all those who are my normal subscribers, I want to say I love you guys. I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.